Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Carl from Sovcits and Chronicles. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today, we're going to be in the courtroom of Judge Tim Lewis out of Lakewood County, Washington State. All right, so he's going to be dealing with a sovereign citizen who is incarcerated. He, some of the situation was he went to a park, was arrested there, and then he's going to go back and get arrested again. Um, and he's just going to be acting really. He's kind of going to remind me of Anthony Hopkins in the movie Silence of the Lamb. All right, so let's get to this proceeding. Let's see how Judge Lewis handles this sovereign citizen.
And sir, in the Nisqually jail, what is your name, please?
Raymond Charles Lafferty, Lafferty. How are you this morning, and how's the court?
Thank you, sir. And your date of birth is July 2nd, 1969?
That is correct.
Your Honor, before we go any further, I hate to interrupt. I am just going to need a couple of minutes in a breakout room with Mr. Lafferty.
Oh, sure. Okay, so Mr. Lafferty, there on the screen in front of you, you should receive a invitation to join a breakout room. Please click join. If there's no mouse in there for the computer, you'll have to ask the officer to assist you. We're going to put you in a breakout room so that you can speak privately with your attorney before proceeding with your hearing, okay?
All righty then.
And you may need, if you don't see it on the screen, you may have to ask the officer to assist you.
It's not, like it says Lakewood Community Court inviting you to join room. Join.
Join, yeah.
Nothing on my end.
Okay. You can go ahead and ask the officer to assist you. The officer can help you go and get into the breakout room.
You need your assistant.
All right, so Mr. Lafferty, just hang tight, and then I'll call your case as soon as the court is ready, okay?
All righty.
And your last name was what's it?
Lafferty, Laff.
Okay, I got you. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Reardon, did you have an opportunity to speak with Mr. Lafferty in private?
I did, Your Honor, and we are prepared to go forward with the arraignment. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, you are before the court for arraignment, one charge of criminal trespass in the second degree is charged by the city of Lakewood and it would be a criminal complaint, 25L00378. Mr. Reardon, how would you like to proceed with the arraignment?
Thank you, Your Honor. I did have a chance to talk to Mr. Lafferty about this charge and his rights at arraignment. I want to enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf. Also, I do believe he qualifies for the public defender, Your Honor. I'm asking for direct appointment to the public defender's office without a promissory note. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Lafferty, the court is going to find that there is probable cause to support the filing of the charge. We'll enter
I find that there isn't.
I will enter.
I may or may not be an arbiter of the law, having attended UC Davis and completed but not received my certificate.
Mr.
That officer proceeded with me was respectful or within the 24-hour period that had been stated.
Mr. Lafferty,
individuals in the park who took the pictures to make sure that it was unclear. Again, I had been made homeless by two officers from my nephew's house.
Mr. Lafferty, I would encourage you not to say anything just for now. The prosecutor is going to talk in just a moment, and then I will talk to you about.
As an indigenous person from California, I'm not sure you have any jurisdiction over me, and I wish that my tribal chairman, Curtis Lachusa from Mesa Grande, was informed that we have our own law and we have our own lawyers.
Mr. Lafferty, like I talked about, we can talk about your case, but let's go forward with this for now. And any questions you have going forward, we can talk about it after your hearing, okay?
Fine.
Court is going to enter a plea of not guilty for Mr. Lafferty at this time and is going to waive formal reading of the criminal complaint. Mr. Taninga, what is the prosecution's position concerning pretrial conditions of release?
The city has no objection to the defendant's release on personal recognizance under the conditions the defendant have no contact with Kiwanis Park and the defendant have no criminal law violations during the pendency of this case.
So then you're going to remand me over to being homeless in the state of Washington.
No objection to release on personal recognizance, Your Honor. I believe that's appropriate.
Thank you. Court is going to follow the agreed recommendation of the attorneys. The court will release Mr. Lafferty on his personal recognizance. So Mr. Lafferty should be released later on this afternoon.
To be homeless as an indigenous senior citizen.
Court is going to impose a number of pretrial conditions.
I do not recognize those. Then I guess I won't be leaving jail.
Mr. Lafferty, please just hang tight.
Mr. Lafferty needs to appear in person and on time for all scheduled court hearings. His next hearing in this matter will be on August 12th, 2025 at 1 p.m. here at the Lakewood Municipal Court. The court is going to appoint Mr. Reardon to represent Mr.
I do
Lafferty
not
in
want
this matter.
Mr. Reardon. I want a tribal representative in charge of me.
Well, and Mr. Lafferty, if you choose to hire a different attorney, that is your prerogative.
That
But
would
if-
be up to my tribal chairman, our legal defense team.
But at this point, the court is going to appoint Mr. Reardon.
I do not
subject
accept
to-
the appointment then.
And the court is also going to order that Mr. Lafferty have no criminal law violations, that he update the court of any change in his mailing address, that he have no contact with the Kiwanis Park in the city of Lakewood while this matter is pending. And the court has signed
I'm
that order.
supposed to be homeless. I'll stay in
Mr.
jail.
Lafferty should be released later on today.
I refuse to be
Lafferty,
released.
thank you. That will conclude your hearing. You can let the officer know that your hearing is done.
A competent fool.
All right, y'all. So we're going to be moving on to the next proceeding. I know Judge Lewis heard it, but he just ignored it. But I'm surprised he didn't hold him in contempt of court. You know, when Lafferty said that you incompetent fool or something like that, that was kind of a bold statement to make in court, or while he's in custody in court. But it seems like he wants to stay in custody because he might be homeless or something like that. But anyway, let's move on to this next proceeding.
And good morning in the Nisqually Jail. What is your name, please?
Raymond Charles Lafferty.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Lafferty is before the court in two different cases. 25L004378 for a second pretrial conference, 25L004397 for a first pretrial conference. Ms. Ganem, how would you like to proceed with Mr. Lafferty's pretrial conferences at this time?
Your Honor, Mr. Lafferty would like to set this matter, or both matters, for trial today. We have selected the next, I believe, confirmation date. Additionally, he expressed to me that he would like to try to have somebody contacted through the tribes. He does have contacts in California that can arrange for possible tribal representation here in Washington. I've offered to assist him as best I can, but he's expressed that he feels most comfortable having somebody from a tribe represent him. And he has been speaking that. So in the meantime, he does wish to get this on track for trial to proceed these cases. But there may be an attorney change if he can get that done. He's given me some limited information. I would ask the court to consider releasing him so that he can use his resources to address that issue. If not, he's given me some information that I can go on and I can try to get that ball rolling for him.
All right, so two separate issues that I think are before the court. Number one is setting the matter for the August trial term. Mr. Graham, any objection to setting this matter for trial the week of August 18th, 2025?
No objection for the August trial set, Your Honor.
All right. And
As
the court is
to the
reviewing.
form, my only concern is making sure we have the right readiness date and on how the court rules on his release.
I'm sorry, Mr. Graham, you trailed off there. What was the last thing you said?
The form lists the out of custody readiness date as opposed to the in custody readiness date. So I just call that to the court's attention in case it needs to be adjusted.
Quite right. And that leads me to the second issue. Let me finish going through the pretrial conference form first. Okay. The court has reviewed the pretrial conference form. It does appear to be appropriate. Now, Mr. Graham, I understand Ms. Gannon to be making a motion for modification of conditions of release. I believe bail was previously set in each of these two cases. My understanding is Ms. Gannon is asking the court to reconsider that decision and to release Mr. Lafferty on his personal recognizance in these matters.
Yes, Your Honor, and the city objects to that changing conditions. The reasoning for holding Mr. Lafferty in the first place is that we have two matters that are before the court, both involve criminal trespass. The second of which, both involving the same location, I believe the Kiwanis Park. The reason to hold Mr. Lafferty is that he was told not only by officers, but ordered by this court to not return to that park, and yet did so anyway, or at least there are probable cause to believe he did so. So based on that, Your Honor, I don't believe there should be a change in conditions at this based on his prior behavior in following the orders of the court.
Thank you. Ms. Gannon, your response?
And Your Honor, I mean, I understand the city's position as well as the court's position when they set bail in this matter. Just looking at his background and the nature of this charge itself, I would ask the court to reconsider, especially since this matter is currently set for trial. And he has expressed his concern about his representation, and he does want to reach out. I did explain the possibility that bail would remain, and we'd have to be preparing for this trial while he's in custody. He understands that risk and is willing to go forward and ask the court to set this matter for confirmation and trial and to reconsider bail at this time.
All right. So, yeah, I think the recitation from Mr. Grant is accurate. I think the recitation from Ms. Gannon is accurate as well. The concern that the court had was the alleged incident date in case number 4378 is July 16th, 2025. And I'm just taking a look here at the docket to make sure that my dates are correct. Mr. Lafferty appeared before the court in that matter on July 17th for arraignment, and the court released him on his personal recognizance at that time on a number of conditions. One of the conditions being that he not return to go upon the property, ever have any contact with the Kiwanis Park in the city of Lakewood. And then the very next day, he was arrested at the Kiwanis Park and charged again with a additional count of criminal trespass in the second degree. And so at that point, the court was very concerned that he was violating the court's pretrial conditions of release to have no contact with that park, and also, frankly, violating the court's pretrial release condition that he have law-abiding behavior. So, Ms. Gannon, I guess I'm going to kind of turn back to you. Have you had conversations with Mr. Lafferty that lead you to believe that there has been a change in circumstance? Now he better understands exactly what the court is ordering him to do and not do?
Your Honor, I did not have that conversation with him, so I have no opinion on any change besides the fact that he is looking for different counsel.
Okay. Do you want an opportunity to speak with Mr. Lafferty in a breakout room? Because frankly, before the court is going to release him, the court would need some assurance from Mr. Lafferty through you that he is going to comply with the court's pretrial conditions of release. Right now, I see him shaking his head no. So the answer may be that no, he does not intend to comply with the court's pretrial conditions of release. How do you want to handle this, Ms. Gannon? Do you want to speak with him privately?
Yes, very briefly, just to explain a little bit about concerns.
Sure. So, Mr. Lafferty, you're going to be invited to join a breakout room there on the screen. If you could please join that breakout room, that will allow you to speak with Ms. Gannon privately. If you need any assistance getting into that breakout room, you can ask the officer for help.
Officer, I need help.
Ms. Gannon, do you have any additional information that you would like to share with the court regarding Mr. Lafferty's willingness to abide by the court's pretrial conditions of release?
I do not, Your Honor. He wishes to have bail remain.
All right. Well, and the court does want to note for the record that when I was having that conversation with Ms. Ganem before we went into the breakout room, when I was asking Ms. Ganem about the possibility of Mr. Lafferty indicating a willingness to abide by the court's pretrial conditions of release, I did observe that he was shaking his head in shaking his head no, which leads the court to believe that he does not intend to comply with the court's pretrial conditions. So to CRLJ 3.2, the court does have a concern that Mr. Lafferty, based on his own assertions, will not comply with the court's pretrial conditions of release. And so the court is going to leave bail as set in this matter at this time. However, the court is going to go ahead and set the matter for trial as requested by the defense. Mr. Graham is absolutely right. The readiness hearing, let me check with the court clerk. When would you like that set, Wendy? Because on the Nisqually calendar on the 14th or on the 13th? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set that readiness for the Nisqually calendar on August 13th, 11 a.m. Other dates will remain, and the court is going to go ahead and sign that order. We will see Mr. Lafferty back here for readiness hearing on August 13th at 11 a.m. from the Nisqually jail. Mr. Lafferty, that will conclude your hearing. Thank you very much. You can go ahead and let the officer know that you're done.
All right, y'all. So that's the end of those proceedings. Mr. Lafferty ended up going back to the park. He wasn't supposed to, and I believe it seemed like he might have did it on purpose just so he can get locked up again. But he goes back to court on August 13th, and I would definitely bring that to you. Judge Lewis handled it well, although he probably should have held him in contempt when he called him when Mr. Lafferty called him an incompetent fool. But I guess he just wanted to keep it moving and just get him out of there. With that being said, I just want to thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload more videos like this one. Also, shout out to TP from Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame for bringing this to my attention. All right, I have a link to his channel down in the description below this video. I'll catch you on the next proceeding. God bless. This is Carl from Sovereign Citizen Chronicles. Peace.